Look, the moonlight shows us for what we really are. We are not among the living, and so we cannot die. But neither are we dead. For too long I've been parched of thirst and unable to quench it. Too long I've been starving to death and I haven't died. I feel nothing. Not the wind in my face, nor the spray of the sea, nor the warmth of a woman's flesh. You best start believing in ghost stories, Miss Turner. You're in one.
Jeffrey Rush, everyone. He just left the building, and now we have just a regular podcast host.
Well, look who it is, everybody. It's
Hi,
our
Jeffrey.
famous audience.
Oh, hi.
And that was
Hello.
that was my rendition of the Pirates of the Caribbean with Jeffrey Rush and what's the other guy's name? Johnny Depp.
Yeah,
Anyway.
that guy.
Yeah, he's
guy.
been in a couple things.
Yeah, whatever. This is the Don't Look Under the Bed podcast for all things comedy and horror. I am one of your vivacious hosts. Have I said vivacious
Yes,
yet?
I think you have.
Yeah.
I'll have to think of another one.
We're the day
Ferocious.
calendar.
Ferocious host.
Ferocious beast.
He's ferocious.
Ferocious. I'm one of your ferocious hosts, Dan Wonder. Next to me is my sister.
Natalie Rose.
And next to her is.
Vinny Rose?
And then also today we've got another special guest. Well, it's the same special guest we had last week.
Actually,
Oh.
he's just a host now.
Oh, he's just a host now.
Oh.
You got fucking
Oh.
promoted and no one told me.
Thanks.
Oh, by the way, Nick's the host now.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
news to me.
Here's
I'm
a-
Nicholas
here's
Myers,
a memo.
everybody. I am your fourth ferocious host.
Nick, can you tell Dan real quick?
Hey, did you get promoted, dude?
Yeah, I did.
Now, you're still going to be doing the streaming, though, right? Is that still
Yeah.
a thing? Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
I'm still going to be doing the video game
Yeah,
streaming
wait till
once
you
we,
guys-
Once we get all that situated and get all that figured
You guys
out.
have already filmed a streaming one, right?
Yeah, but we filmed it wrong and we can't put it on YouTube.
Wah, wah.
So, but there's a compilation out there on our Twitch channel of me getting the bejesus scared out of me. So,
What were you playing?
Emily wants to play too. It's just,
Oh,
it's
man.
just a game built around jump scares, and I did not like it. I
He
mean,
peed.
literally one of the scares, I like crawled behind Vinny on the couch.
was funny.
It was,
I would never crawl behind Vinny.
It was horrifying. Yeah. I got a couple whiffs of something. It was the first and last time I
That
do
was
that.
You're
shit,
welcome.
my son. Well, anyway, we've got a good show tonight.
Oh, my God. What are we on, episode 7?
Yeah,
Seven.
on our
7
18th part
blissful
episode.
weeks.
Natalie, what do we have tonight for the shoe?
It's really funny that you're doing a Jeffrey Rush impression of his part in Pirates of the Caribbean because we're talking about ghost ships.
Oh, ghost shits?
It's like,
That's when you take a poop and then you wipe and there's nothing there. Ghost shits, everybody.
nope. Ghost ships.
Oh, ship.
Ship.
Well,
Ship.
we just gotta
Ship.
we got a
There we go.
boatload of things to talk about tonight for ghost ships. Natalie's got a lot of research.
All right, everybody, let's talk some ship.
Don't make me get stern with you.
Take a bow.
He's got it, folks.
He's got it.
So what do we got up?
Yes,
What do we got up first?
This is one of our favorite subjects. As some of you guys know, Vinny and I do Ren fairs, and my main costume is pirate. I love pirates. I love legend, lore, stories, and ghost
think
ships are
Everybody does. It's
oodles
good.
and noodles of fun. So, here we go. Let's dive right in. Probably gonna pronounce the first one wrong already. You're welcome.
Natalie's bad mispronunciation off starboard.
It's Dutch.
We're just gonna do a compilation of Natalie
Yep.
mispronouncing things.
I can speak as good.
His name was Philip.
Me talk pretty one day.
His name was John,
Me-
spelled John.
Me always want go.
All right, the first one is called the Orang Madame.
You put the G at the end of it. I'm pretty sure it's Orang Madan or Madan. But I heard a G.
A wrong Madame Bill.
Orang Madong.
All right, it's spelled Ourngmedan. So you guys figure it out at home.
Arong Mandan.
If you're playing along at home, you guys can write it out and figure it out.
Play along like
Play along?
Marble Madness. Like, what are they doing?
God, that was a good game.
Man,
Miss Mousetrap.
fuck that
Mouse-
game.
Why?
Because the
The
guy,
game took
I don't
too
know.
long to set up.
It
Seriously.
did. But that was a fun game. You loved that game. You played
I liked
that in Grape Escape.
I liked Grape Escape.
Yeah, I remember you got that for your birthday.
But I liked Adventure Island the best. Or Fireball Island.
Fireball Island.
That was a great game. And Mall Madness. Try again later.
Remember the game
There's
with the
a
little
sale at
spinny
the
thing in the
Fashion
middle, and then you
Boutique.
got the little guns that shot the marbles out, Crossfire?
Crossfire!
Yeah, that game was fun.
Was that crisscross, crash? No, that was the car one.
That was the one where that was the Crash Dummies one, I think. They had the Crash Dummies and they would fly out the window. Or maybe
that was
wasn't the
Hot
one.
Wheels or something.
I don't know.
Anyway, back to ghost ships. Okay, so the first one, we already went over the name. This one has a lot of speculation and maybe some untrue facts and stories. That's the best thing about ghost ships is half of it's like bullshit, but it's like it could be believable, but maybe not. So it's a Dutch cargo ship that was supposed to have been wrecked in 1947. So if you were around there back then, let us know.
Does this have anything to do with the movie Ghost Ship?
No, and Vinny's never seen Ghost Ship.
It's a pretty good movie.
I almost watched it the
I'll have
other
to
day.
check it out.
Had Mudvayne at the end of it,
Nice.
which was a
So
weird,
good.
like.
I like the little girl in it. She was in.
Excuse me.
Was she the same role in Sucker
I
Punch?
thought you were gonna say Swiss cheese at first. She was in Swiss cheese.
She was in Swiss cheese. You want to see sauce, Cindy?
Watch out back on the Swissness package where
Yeah,
you
I
belong.
like the I like the girl in it, the young kid, and then of course the girl from ER was in it. Anyways, rescuers found the whole crew dead, frozen with their arms stretched out, and they had the faces were pointed at the sky, and they were like grinning, not grinning, but their teeth were showing,
like gnashing.
Yeah.
Gnashing of teeth.
A fire broke out, so the rescuers couldn't investigate any further.
Couldn't?
Nope, they couldn't because the fire broke out. And just before they got there, a Morse code message was sent saying all officers, including the captain, are dead, lying in the chart room and the bridge, and possibly the whole crew.
Ugh.
And then, in 1948, a possible bogus article submerged from a sole survivor that was that was in the Marshall Islands.
Mm-hmm.
Just before he died, he confessed that the ship was smuggling sulfuric acid and poisonous fumes, and it killed the whole crew.
Look at me. I'm the captain now.
So that was one speculation, and the other one is one of my favorite. It was UFO attacks.
Oh,
and they were
man.
staring at the sky because they were in disbelief of what was happening. So they all died of basically horror.
What if they saw a double
Shock.
rainbow?
Double rainbow.
And they're like staring at it, they're like,
They're crying.
What does this mean?
It means we're.
I like it. I like the alien attack one.
Yeah, that one's pretty cool. I kind of like Morse code or like any kind of like transmissions that are like old, like they fuck with my head. I don't know
Captain's log, stardate.
Not that. That's awesome. I'm talking more about like when somebody on a movie or like you can hear like white noise or that shit makes me. I don't know why. I'm not scared of anything horror wise except for that type of stuff. Like
Because there's hidden messages in there.
well, no, it's just because of the old transmission. Like listening to like an old like recording where it's like remember in Fallout, Nick, you play Fallout.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Every time you hear like a transmission, like this transmission will repeat. I don't know why. I like test signals like tornado
Yeah.
sirens.
Oh, yeah,
Those
test-
things freak
test
me. And
signals.
it's not because it's a tornado. I don't care about that.
This is your
I care
emergency
about that.
broadcast system.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh. Like when you get an Amber Alert at like 3 a.m. I mean, that's got to be terrible for the family, but for me, it's
Yeah.
fucking haunting. I
It's
don't know.
scary.
I don't know why. I think it's just the noise or the fact that it's like not monotone, but what do they call that? Where it's not. It's just like an old transmit. It feels old and crackly. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It just always fucks me. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's scary. And another Morse code that came out after they said possibly the whole crew dead was I die.
I die. Like
I die.
Miss American Pie.
yeah, they were writing the lyrics to that in 1947.
Yeah. And the aliens were writing it for them because they're from the future and they had already been here. So they had already known those lyrics. Tell you what.
Shall we show them the Don McLean?
Show us what you've got.
So that's a good song. I like the alien effects.
That was bread.
No, Don McLean. Don McLean.
I thought it was bread.
Nope, Don McLean.
Oh.
Even I know that one.
Who fuck is bread? I don't know who fuck bread is.
I don't know what Brett sings.
Put it in the toaster. I don't know either.
I don't think that's right, but we'll go with it.
It's all like toaster playing. Like they're just beating on the sides of it.
Stick your fork in it. All right, this one is called the Mary Celeste. Yeah, I think that's right.
Nailed it.
Thanks. This one's kind of creepy. It was the year was 1872.
You gotta do it. Before the podcast, I was asking because she was gonna do it. You got water, do it.
I know. All right, maybe on this ship. There's another one come up.
All right.
An abandoned ghost ship was spotted near Portugal. It was a month after it was leaving port. One lifeboat was gone and there was no crew. Ooh.
Portugal, more like Portugal.
Portugal. Hello. There was a 6-month supply of uncontaminated food and water still aboard the ship.
No shit.
Yeah, untouched. And the also the crew's personal possessions were still there, and it was still under sail.
Wow.
No evidence of violence, and the ship's last log was 11 days prior, and the cargo of 1,701 barrels of alcohol
Oh shit.
was mostly intact, minus 9 barrels.
And someone forgot the cups.
Somebody forgot to take the booze.
9 barrels is still a shitload of alcohol.
That is a lot of booze.
Well, that one guy was breaking them over his face.
Yeah.
I guess maybe he took them.
Hey, watch me do this. No, we need those. Please stop.
I'll be in front of the train.
Look what he does, guys. You guys aren't going to believe this.
He's going to stop this whole train, so we won't get into that.
Yeah. Go back and listen if you haven't listened. That was a fun one.
Episode, what was that? 4? 5?
That was 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was episode 3.
Episode 3.
Episode 3. The crew was never seen or heard from again. So
No one was on board.
No.
It was just a bunch of fucking alcohol and food.
Alcohol, food, nothing was touched. One lifeboat was gone. The Mary Celeste changed ownership 17 times after that, with a history of bad luck. So this boat was found in 1872, and the last owner initially destroyed the ship in 1885 trying to get the insurance money. So
Holy
it changed
shit.
hands 17 times between 1872 and
Each time they came back from the month and they were just like, fuck this thing. They just handed it off to somebody
Here's
else.
the keys to the boat. I'm fucking out of here.
Yeah.
See you later.
They say the 2 happiest times in a guy's life is the day he buys a boat and the day he sells it.
Maybe that's where that came from, was the Mary Celeste. That's a lot of times in that
They
short...
They didn't say those 2 days couldn't be a week apart.
Yeah.
Right. Was it 13 years? 1872 to 1885? No.
I just wonder how many
Was
times.
that 13 years? No.
Yeah, that's 13
Yeah,
years.
13.
Why are you shaking your head no? Okay, so I can't pronounce things or do math.
Quick
2
math.
plus 2 is chicken.
2 plus 2 is waffle fries?
I love
So
waffle fries.
that's creepy, just to come upon that ship and see everything just...
Unless you're
And-
Tom Hanks.
Yeah, then you're like, thank you.
Wilson!
Wilson, get on board. Here's a boat.
He just-
Wilson, we got booze.
Yeah. Wilson's dumb face just
1,701
bobbing around in the
barrels
fucking
minus
sea.
9.
Next time we see Wilson, his eyes are rolled up and glazed over.
If I learned
Staring
anything
at
from
the
that
sky.
movie, it's don't work for FedEx.
Well, if I learn anything from that movie is blood never comes off a volleyball.
Ever.
Yeah, that's kind of weird, especially with the salty sea like that. Where
Yeah.
And I'm glad
didn't
my
understand
dentist
that.
doesn't use an ice skate.
Oh,
Oh, dude, I have to skip that
Ow.
scene. That scene is I can't
that's a
do.
good movie. I
bones
think my favorite part of that
breaking
movie
or
is when,
teeth.
because society could be so stupid. Not you, the listeners, you're the best. But
not you
when he
guys.
gets rescued and they have that welcome home party and they serve seafood,
Oh God,
he just looks at the buffet like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
that was heartbreaking when his wife kept going though. I mean, you kind of understand, but it's like, man, yeah, it was a good movie.
Him losing Wilson was
That was
Yeah,
sad.
that was
Gut-wrenching.
sad.
Because like, how's that paint blood still on?
screw the wife.
Yeah.
That's on her. Wilson. Bring him back.
Bring back my volleyball.
Did Wilson win an award? Didn't he win an award?
It was a BAFTA, I think, or like,
Yeah.
or something like that.
Wilson.
Best prop in a scene.
He's still floating out in the ocean somewhere.
Is he?
I don't know.
Yeah, they really did lose him. That's why they wrote it in there.
No,
They lost the.
That wasn't scripted.
They lost
Ah.
all the sound of that, and they had to redo it after the movie was done being filmed.
Wow.
I think I read that somewhere. I'm pretty sure.
That's
I
nuts.
should be making that up. I don't
That's
know.
weird wild
Completely
stuff.
crazy.
That's
They
nuts.
lost like all the actual nature sound effects, so they had him in.
Some guy just in the back. Chirp, chirp. Cricket. Ribbit sound. What sound does a coconut make?
Is that the ocean?
They just pulled Monty Python skits.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, what's next?
All right, the next one is the SS Valencia.
You got that right.
All right, we're gonna go with
Two
this.
for two.
You know,
Well, two
this
for
is
three,
amazing.
technically.
You know, guys.
I don't want to brag. All right, the year. This one is fucked. Oh, this one's sad.
Fucky. Something's
Yeah.
fucky.
This one's sad. There's women and children in death on this one. So
Fucking hate those stories.
And that's why we're here.
grab that blanket and your hot cocoa and
It's
buckle up.
95 degrees out. I'm not grabbing
I think
anything.
it's hotter than that. It is hot as shit
Go up to
here where we
97.
live.
My car thermometer said it was 104 earlier.
And then it exploded.
Yeah. Yes.
Excuse me. All right, the year was 1906. 100. Now I actually got two different numbers because I got this information off a few different websites. So my numbers may be askew depending on which website you read. But we're gonna go with what I have written down because I already done wrote it. So
I already
Till
done
you
wrote
would.
it.
I already
Till
done,
you
I already
what?
done penned it. So we have 108 passengers and 56 crew members. They set sail from San Francisco to Seattle. So it's not really that far.
Sounds like a wasted trip.
Yeah, I was like, that's like taking a plane from here to
That's
Iowa.
Well, this is 1906, so your,
Oh, I
your
guess it's-
transportation was limited.
We got to go around the Coral Reef.
Fuck these 49ers. We're going to be Seahawks fans.
Well, it's funny you say reef, but it's not funny you say
Dun
reef.
dun dun.
Yeah.
Foreboding.
Yes. So there was an
a trombone.
incredibly horrible storm that came through, and it made visibility nearly impossible. And this caused the ship to collide into a reef.
Not if you're
So,
Lieutenant Dan.
Yeah. And you got new sea legs.
Come on, get me.
That's your ice cream, Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan.
Okay. It's a Tom Hanks night.
Oh, God, I love him.
This is
I am
Tom-
not a
yeah.
smart man, but I know what love is.
Maybe you should go back to Greenbow, Alabama.
Jenny was such a bitch whore.
No, she's misunderstood.
Why? Hold on about the ghost ships. Why?
Because, man, he loved her.
Oh.
I mean, that shit makes
get
sense.
fucked.
Okay.
Yeah, but did she love him back, really?
I think over
I love him
the...
so much I brought him AIDS.
She didn't give him AIDS, though.
And Haley Joel Osment.
That's true.
Hey, you know, that guy's a Bomber Briggs kid. That man's a national treasure.
Not anymore.
No, he did. He's
His sister's on some stuff, I think.
He was a national treasure from Forrest Gump to Sixth Sense and just disappeared.
Oh.
He's in
Something
he's
else.
in this show right now on Hulu. The-
Yeah, he's like some
futuristic-
teacher or something like
The
that. isn't he?
futuristic, whatever the hell it is.
Future Man.
Future Man.
Future Man,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Oh,
had
in that?
I didn't know
Really?
that.
I thought that was. I know it's got
We
Josh
got the World Wide
Hutcherson.
Web.
Yeah. You guys all have computers. And you're like,
Internet.
did you guys know that?
I do
going
want to see
on?
that. I heard that was really good. And I like the blonde girl that's in it. She was in.
Why are we talking about
I know.
this?
Talk about AD.
We got way off track.
Yeah.
here.
We got way off course.
She was in Happy Endings. And I like her. I can't think of her name. Anyways, while they're
Happy
looking that
Endings
up.
is a great show.
Yeah, that shit's canceled.
They don't
way
even
too
care about the
soon.
podcast
was.
anymore.
Way
They're
too
just gonna
soon.
look up at stupid shit on the internet. Did you guys see this cat video?
Meow.
Oh, he is in Future Man. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's not gone or forgotten.
Natalie, the book.
Yeah. He's not gone or forgotten. He is still
Okay,
around.
back to ghost ships.
Okay, so as we were saying, this is where it gets all funky. The ship collided into a reef near Vancouver Island. So they were, I think they were almost to their destination. And from the pictures online, it looked like they were super close to land, but the storm was so bad it really screwed them up.
Yeah.
So, some of the lifeboats were lowered before the captain gave the order, and this resulted in them being flipped over and all the people being spilled out.
Wow.
And those people did not make it.
Of course.
The storm took them, drowned, what have you. A couple more capsized right after that, and then those passengers had the same fate met as well. One boat did make it away. So
The SS Lucky.
Yeah, I'm looking at a
There you go.
picture of the Valencia shipwreck right now, and you can literally see a forest
You can see
in the
forest,
background.
Yeah, I'm
like
like
they
"Oh,
were
you're
that.
so freaking
Yeah.
close. But the weather was so bad it screwed the pooch for him. So, let's see. Let's see, where was I? I'm sorry, I lost my place. A survivor quote from Frank Lynn. This is what he has to say about it. This is sad. He said, "The screams of women and children mingled an awful chorus with the shacking of the wind, the clash of the rain, and the roar of the breakers."
Now say it like a pirate.
I know. This guy's, the way that he wrote this, let me pull it up here so I don't have to read my handwriting.
Yar, the clash of the wind.
It's so beautifully written and so sad. It's like the screams of women and children mingled in awful chorus.
It's like a Red
the
Lobster.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at that
commercial.
quote right
the
now.
dash of the rain and the roar of the breakers. As the passengers rushed on
The
deck,
crack of
they
the
were
claws.
carried away in bunches by huge waves that seemed as high as the ship's mastheads.
Is that your pirate accent?
I don't know. No, was I supposed to read in pirate?
Yeah, that's
No.
what you do.
Yar, the screams of women and children.
Well, there you go. Continue.
Nope.
Okay.
That's all you're getting. I was
The
just
ship
setting an
began to
example
break
for you.
up almost once the women and children were lashed to the rigging to reach the sea. It was a pitiful. This is sad. And you guys are.
Don't you be missing Crab Fest at Red Lobster.
That's what I was waiting for.
Oh God.
The crack of the claw. The churn of the butter.
Warm hot biscuits.
Don't
What are those
forget your
biscuits
cheddar
called?
bay
Cheddar
biscuits.
biscuits. Yeah.
Kids can eat for $5.99.
Will you be having your dessert to go?
If we could just get the check, sir, that'd be great. Yar. Is that gonna be a Visa? We don't take MasterCard.
Can I
That's
pay
some
you-
fine booty your wife's got
Can I
there.
pay you in
Now
in
hold
gold?
on here. I've come to Red Lobster for the past 11 years. I've never been treated with no disrespect like that. Yar,
Can
I'm
we pay
sorry.
you in a gold doubloon? Oh God. Back
Can
to
we
this
pay you
guy's-
in a gold doubloon? Nar.
Isn't that like your currency? Okay, let me start this damn quote over for Pete's sake.
In a pirate accent.
Let's see if
Alright,
you walk
come
in
on,
the
Natalie.
plank.
All right. All right. Let's see if we can do without laughing.
Unless you want me to do it.
The screams of women and children mingled in awful chorus. Oh my God.
We're never going to get through
Oh
this.
God.
Alright,
As
so...
the passengers rushed on deck, they were carried away in bunches by the huge waves that seemed as high as the ship's mastheads.
She's like Irish. She's like Irish.
Oh, laddie!
Keep going, keep going.
Do you want an Australian next?
Yeah.
Okay, the ship began to break up almost at once, and the women and children were lashed to the rigging above the reach of the sea. It was a pitiful sight to see frail women wearing not only night dresses with bare feet on the freezing ratlines, trying to shield children in their arms away from the icy rain and wind. So that's sad.
Way to
It
bring
is.
us down.
Yeah, sorry guys.
Also, another thing that's sad is no one's going to talk to us at Pirate Fest next year.
I know.
Cheddar
I
biscuits,
can
all
do
you
it-
can eat.
I can do it not when I'm laughing, because we do it at the fair.
Well, let's hear it.
No,
no
I
laughter,
can't
no
now.
judgment. Well, if you dress as a pirate at the Ren Fair, you gotta have a pirate
I know.
accent.
For Pete's sake. Okay.
Nar.
So,
Yar.
okay.
It's just fun to talk like that.
All right.
It is.
12 men made it to shore.
Only
Yay.
men?
Yeah.
Typical.
Yeah. But 3 of them were swept back into the sea, never be
Oh,
seen
shit.
again. Yeah.
Can you imagine that? You get to the shore,
I
they're
know, I
like,
was
you're like,
Oh, fuck
oh
yeah.
shit.
It's like that
Don't
80s.
remember me like this.
It's like that 80s horror movie, Creep Show, when they're on the raft
yeah.
and everybody dies except this one guy, and he gets on the shore and he's like, I beat you, and then the blob just comes up and it's like, blob, sucks him back down.
Did you say the blob?
Blob.
Blah, 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 yar, cheddar bay biscuits. He's like, lobster claw.
Oh, God.
All you can eat refills. Coke Zero on tap.
All you can eat refills.
Yeah. It's 'cause you just
was
keep
like-
going.
You keep eating
That was like
the
a couple
refills?
weeks ago with
Back
the,
to you, Natalie.
Couldn't hear through your eyes thing.
Yeah. I've never been to Red Lobster.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Really? You're missing out.
Oh,
It's way
man.
better than Golden Corral. Significantly
That is
better.
Way less roaches.
Our crab legs are real.
Yes.
All right, the other 9
Real bad.
made it to high ground. The 9 of the 12 that made it to high ground for help, but later they were criticized for not attempting to help the rescue lines with the ship. So they got bad mouthed for not going back for help.
Cowards.
Yeah, that's kind of was like, man, how'd they?
I'm the
criticize-
fucking coward. Kevin's back in the sea.
You
Yeah.
be a bunch of chicken shits.
The last of the lifeboats,
Bark, bark.
the last lifeboat, the ship's boatswain and a crew of volunteers got to shore for help, and they found a sign for Cape Beale or Bale. We'll go with Beale.
Yarr.
And went to the lighthouse, but found the 9 men before those guys that were there. They had already been there and passed the news on via telegraph. So the lighthouse was already aware, and they were already in the process of trying to get rescue ships out, but the weather was so bad that they couldn't reach the Valencia. Apparently, a party went via land to try to rescue from the shore, and another quote is, when the overland party arrived at the cliffs above the site of the wreck, they found dozens of passengers clinging to the rigging in a few unsubmerged parts of the Valencia hull. Without any remaining lifelines, however, they could do nothing to help the survivors, and within hours, a large wave washed the wreckage off the rocks and into the ocean, and every remaining passenger drowned.
Wow.
Yeah, so that sucks. This is a terrible. I've never heard of this ship, and I was like, oh, sad when I was writing all this.
That's because it's not the fucking Titanic.
Yeah, and I was thinking, okay, I know the Titanic was
Horrible
obviously
event.
horrible, but I was like going through these. It's like this was a bad one too. And I'm sorry, when was the Titanic? Do you guys remember?
It was 19.
33, wasn't it?
Oh, way earlier than that. I
Yeah,
think it's like
1912?
1914.
Yeah.
Because the Titanic happened shortly after the Velisca Axe murder.
1912.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this is 1906.
Oh, 1912.
So,
So it might have been the other way around. Yeah, so this is
you know,
before
this
Titanic.
is 100 and some people too. So why aren't we?
Yeah, the Titanic was like thousands.
Oh, wait, no, it says it was in
Oh.
1997.
Oh.
No, that's the movie, Dan.
Oh, sorry.
That's
yeah.
the movie.
I thought that was
Remember,
weird.
that's when you fell in love with Leo for the first time. You're like,
Fuck, I love that guy.
Dreamboat.
So the ship, the
There's a
SS
beautiful
City
man.
of Topeka, searched for survivors and found 2 life rafts with 18 men on board. Another life raft with 4 survivors drifted on shore near Barkley. The official
Charles Barkley. Hey, y'all.
Terrible, terrible,
I'm
terrible.
gonna go get these seamen.
The official death toll was 137.
Wait.
Not one woman or child survived out of these survivors.
Sorry, we weren't laughing at
She's
that.
talking about
Charles
no women
Barkley
and
is
children
going to beat
surviving.
the shit out of you. That was Dan, by the way.
He'll fall asleep before he fucking does that.
I'm going to whoop yo.
I'm Charles Barkley. He sounds like fucking Bing Crosby. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
So like I was saying,
Anyway.
there was no women or children that survived.
Oh.
Yeah, that's when you were doing your Charles Barkley. I was talking about those facts.
Hey, I like to bring light to people's lives.
do.
I don't like to depress
So
them.
that's it. There was 137 deaths. Now, that, like I said, that number could be swayed depending on which website you get your info off of. 5 months after the wreck, a fisherman claimed that he found a life raft with 8 skeletons in a cave nearby. A search party went out, but they never found it. So he was either blowing smoke or it was a ghost raft.
Wow.
In 1910, the SS Valencia was reported to be spotted off the yep. P-A-C-H-E-N-A.
Just go with your first instinct. on
It's
these.
vagina.
Pachina? Pachina Point. If you're from that area, yeah, it's where you live, so you know how to say it. To this day, sailors still say they see the ship. And in 1933, lifeboat number 5 was found in good condition with the paint, like original paint and everything. It was floating near the Berkeley sand.
This is lifeboat number 5.
Lifeboat number 5.
Bounce, 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 bounce.
Fishermen also claim to see the SS Valencia lifeboats being manned by skeletons. So,
Running a skeleton crew.
This is so
the
stupid.
captain's working them to death. So that's that tragic story as we giggle. Is it endless shrimp night at Red Lobster right now?
Yes, it is.
Yarr.
Yarr.
Yeah, so that one's pretty.
Less
That's
GB
pretty
broke.
tragic. And like I said, that one. I mean, the Titanic was obviously terrible, and
Titanic.
it's a sad story. But you know, a lot of these I've never heard of, and it seems like they get overshadowed. But you know, you even get that with like true crimes and, you know, fires and things of that nature. So that's why we're here to learn shit today about these things.
Learned to. Whose was that?
Nah. All right, so the next one is called the Octavius, and we'll go ahead and say it, pronounce that
Dr.
right.
Octavius.
Dr. Octavius. All right, this one may or may not be real. It's one of those like legend folklore type things. So it's an English schooner found drifting off the coast.
It's not a schooner; it's a sailboat.
That's what I was thinking when I wrote that down. It was drifting off the coast of Greenland in 1775. The Octavius was traveling back from England through the Northwest Passage from the Orient. It became trapped in ice. The crew of 28 was found frozen and preserved at 100%.
Wow.
Yeah.
So was the food still good? These crackers are still pretty good.
Nom, 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 nom. I'm starving. Is this Ovaltine?
I don't think they had Ovaltine in 17.
Don't forget to drink your Ovaltine. Son of a bitch.
A crummy commercial.
Some were still in their beds, all snuggled up. The captain was at his desk with his pen in his hand, writing in his logbook before him. The rescuers were too scared to search the whole ship, grabbed the logbook and bounced. And the last entry...
Fuck this.
Yeah. The last entry from the book was from 1762, and the ship had been drifting for 13 years.
Touch it. Touch it. I'm not going to touch it. You
gonna
touch
touch
it.
it.
No, you got to get the logbook. Touch it.
I'm not touching that guy. He's
All
still
right.
got his pen in his
On the
hand.
count of three, we'll both touch it. All right?
Caught him with his pen in his hand, writing in his logbooks again. We did.
Yarr.
1, 2, 3.
Nope.
You didn't touch it.
Not it.
We'll get Donnie over here. Donnie, come here. Touch this.
Yar.
Gotta touch
I'm not
that.
touching that. What? Come on, I'm not doing this. Let's get out of here. It's freezing in here. So, what's the next one?
All right, the next one is probably going to be another fun name to pronounce. Let's say Duc de Danzig. No, that's not it. All
Duke
right.
de Dan's tit. That's what I heard.
Duc de Danzig.
Danzig. Mother!
All right, it's D-U-C-D-U-D-A-N-T-Z-I-G.
Duck, duck, goose.
That's what it says.
That's what it says.
That's what it says on the paper. All right, it was in 1808. It was launched as a privateer. Let's see. They captured vessels and plundered them, and then let them go or burned them. So if you were naughty or nice, they'd let you know by burning you or letting you go.
That's
I
Natalie's
just
run.
made it up. In 1812, the ship disappeared in the Atlantic or the Caribbean. So this is another one where it's got wishy-washy facts. So if you were there in 1808,
Go ahead and write us.
go ahead and write us. What's our email again?
That is Don't Look Under the Bed podcast at gmail.com.
Speaking of email, before we go any farther, we actually have an email. So we're going to take a break from Natalie's... Natalie's
pronunciation?
Natalie's going to figure out which word she wants to say.
Duh.
We have a email from therealjoe@yahoo.com.
Not the fake Joe?
No, apparently not.
I ain't talking to that guy no more.
My name's really Joe.
Joe Dirte.
Joe Deer.
We may or may not change just a little bit in their email addresses when we read them out, just so if they do ask something that you may or may not think is intelligent, they're not getting spammed with a bunch of email from our listeners.
This guy's fucking stupid.
Well, I'm going to email him up right fucking now.
Once again, we're back in Boston.
Oh, I'm in New York.
Oh, we're going East Coast on this shit.
You mother...
You motherfucker, you. Dear dealer, if you could live in any video game universe and or character, why? And it doesn't have to be the same occupied universe.
We could live
Ladies
in
and
any
gentlemen.
video game character.
So the rules are for this email basically.
Was that Joe Pesci?
Yeah. You motherfucker, you. Charlie fucking M.
Made me pop your fucking eye out for Charlie fucking M.
Like these two fucking balloon heads right here. How the fuck am I going to get your money now?
Before you know it, you're digging more holes in the desert.
Man, stop beating him. He's dead. Come on. Oh, man, that part tore me up.
Oh, tink, tink, tink.
What movie?
Casino.
I've never seen that.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, yeah.
They beat the shit out of him on the deck. And then he's motherfucker. Anyway, the question is basically, what universe would you want to live in a video game universe? And you can also pick a character. You don't have to be in the same universe. So if you're going to be in Zelda, you don't have to be Legend of Zelda, and you have to be Link. You can be Link in Mario, whatever.
Who is Legend of Zelda? Who is Mario? Are these video games? Where are we?
These questions and more at your local library. So Vance, what video game character universe would you like to live in?
I don't know. I really like the Super Mario world.
Okay. And what character would be living there?
Geralt of Rivia from The Witcher.
That'd be the fucking shit.
I'm here to cleanse your demon. Roar, I'm Bowser. He just fucking stabs him to death. Jesus Christ.
Where's Yennefer?
Who the hell's Yennefer? Please stop stabbing me.
Peach comes out. Is that me? Or am I in the wrong space?
Get on my carriage. Roach, come here.
I like Roach.
Your Mario's definitely in another castle.
Oh, no. He stabbed me. Anyway, Natalie.
I would definitely be Samus.
Ooh. You son of a bitch.
She's
That
my
was mine,
favorite.
but that's
I-
okay.
Now you gotta come with somebody else.
All
And then Fire Emblem's my favorite series, so any of those would be great.
Why Fire Emblem?
That's my favorite series. I just said that.
Okay. We're going to skip to Nick.
I'm gonna go with the Borderlands universe, and
Okay.
as far as character,
It's a game.
Is it like Monopoly?
Yeah.
as far as character, that's kind of tricky. I might actually have to go with
Princess Peach.
You know, she's up there. She's up there. Might actually have to go with Lara Croft.
Oh, nice.
You'd be Lara Croft in the universe of
Borderlands.
I like it.
I mean,
Would you
I
be
think she
modern
would just
Lara Croft or triangle boob Lara Croft?
modern Lara Croft?
He's got two cardboard boxes on his chest.
Am I doing it right?
I'd probably have to go Fallout. I really would. I like Fallout too
That's
much.
a good option.
I
Fallout's
like the
beautiful,
characters,
Great universe.
but if I was going to be a character, it wouldn't be like a Fallout character. It'd probably be
Minecraft.
yeah, I'd be just
A creeper.
fucking.
I'd be a creeper from Minecraft.
No, I'd probably be.
Can you imagine Master Chief in the Fallout universe?
I was gonna say I was gonna be
Don't even
Marcus
need
from
power
Gears of
armor.
War.
I say, no, aren't you a Gears of War
Oh,
fan?
God, I love
remember
Gears
you
of War.
spent hours.
It's either that or Kratos from Gears of War.
The last campaign was so short though in 4.
Yeah, it was pretty short.
8
I liked
hours.
it though. The fifth one's
It
coming
was
out.
fun. Yeah.
Good stuff. So thanks, Real Joe. And if you have any other questions, Vinny, what can they do with those questions?
Well, funny you should ask, Dan, because I was just getting ready to tell the people at
Just
home.
shove them up their ass.
Right. You can definitely
Insert in your rear.
email us at don'tlookunderthebedpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Check our website out, don'tlookunderthebed.net.
Mm-hmm.
And we're also on Twitter at DLUTB.
Yeah.
You can search Don't Look Under the Bed Podcast on Facebook and DLUTB Podcast on Instagram.
Yeah, on
And
Instagram.
Instagram crackers.
You can also look at Don't Look Under the Podcast under bed.com.
No, you can't.
Oh, okay.
Don't go there.
We got rid of that site. Okay, Natalie, back to you in the studio.
All right. Thanks, Dan.
We're all in the studio.
Oh. I'm more better than you. Okay.
We're better than you.
All right, let's
bestest.
see. Last we left off, that boat I couldn't pronounce disappeared in the Atlantic or
The
Caribbean.
orangutan garda.
No, this was the Duke de Dance.
Them Duke boys is at it again.
Them Duke boys. Never seen that show.
What?
Nope.
What?
What? Okay, and let's see. It was destroyed a night by the, or excuse me, or it was destroyed by a British frigate or in a storm.
Okay.
So Napoleon
Excuse me.
Gallois, yeah, we'll go with that.
Dynamite.
Relayed the legend that an
Boat crashed
unspecified
again.
French
Gosh.
frigate came across the wreck of the boat. We're gonna go with that.
The boat.
The boat
your own
drifting at
tots.
sea, covered all over in blood and putrefying corpses of the crew.
Yeah.
Yum. Most were all crucified to the mast or the deck. No signs of a recent battle, and her sails and rigging were still intact. Blood-stained papers found in the captain's cabin identified him as Francois
Oregano.
Yep.
Pastalica.
Pastalica.
Who says that?
Oregonado. Yep. The French frigate's crew set the ship on fire.
They set the ship on
Set
fire.
the ship on fire.
Sailors
Burned
set the
it.
ship on fire.
Yeah, so they burned it. So that one, like I said, it's got some maybes and maybe nots.
A lot of these are kind of maybes and maybe
Yeah,
nots.
that's why I like ghost ships, because it's like, what actually happened? Tell us your
That's why you
thoughts.
like all these stories, though,
Yeah.
because they, they're fun.
They're so
except for all the
they're
kids
fun,
dying.
They're informative.
They're fun. They're lightning. They're fun.
All right, this one's
Informative.
called The Ghost Ship of Northumberland Strait. And she said it right. This one you can see from as far back as the 18th century to today. It's a schooner that sails and becomes completely engulfed in flames. It's fucking badass.
Quit playing with your dinghy.
Folklore says the ship forewarns of an incoming storm.
Wow.
So if you see the boat and it becomes in flames, then a bad storm is coming. People have tried to do rescue missions to the burning ship. In the year 1900, a group of sailors boarded a rowboat and headed toward the burning ship. On the way there, the ship disappeared completely with no shipwreck found.
Can you imagine that, getting on the boat and being like, we're going to help these people, and then they get halfway there, they're like, oh, it's gone.
Where the fuck you go?
And then their boat disappears too. You're
The
like,
Northumberland Strait separates Prince Edward Island from Nova Scotia, and New Brunswick, and Eastern Canada.
Shit. Brunswick's a bowling term, by the way.
Thank you.
Steer Reich.
All right.
God damn it.
This one's called Lady Lovibond. In 1748 is when this one was supposed to have had its been wrecked, or this one had so many different. I've read 4 different stories on this, but it's supposed to appear every 50 years after being deliberately wrecked off the Goodwin Sands, Kent, England, and it reappears in Kent every 15 years. So every 50 years after 1748, you're supposed to be able to see this one.
Wow.
Yeah. But like I said, there was a bunch of mixed things on that one too.
Sometimes you see a star, sometimes you see, it just depends. It's like one of those magic eye things. You
Yeah.
just kind of look closely at it. It's a
That
dog.
One, that one really is a schooner.
It's Superman.
This one's just a galleon. It doesn't have a name. It's it's in Chapel Cove, Newfoundland. It's a Spanish treasure galleon, and it was supposed to have been blown off course during a storm in the 17th century, and then it could have been hijacked by pirates. Another one of those where, did that really happen? And then the pirates were said to have buried the treasure in Chapel Cove. But if you go looking for the treasure, you will be killed by pirates' ghosts after you see the phantom ship.
What if you don't look at the Phantom ship the whole time?
Challenge
That's what I-
accepted.
yeah, I'd say, what
You
if
just put horse blinders on the whole time. Like they're like, we can't attack
I
her.
can't see you.
Ching ching, I got
There
the
was
money.
a movie about that. Oh yeah, The Goonies.
Owen, you
I don't
stupid
think it was about
boy.
that.
Get those kids.
Sorry. Keep going.
That's Vinny's favorite movie is The Goonies.
That's a
Come on,
good
let's
movie.
kill each other with a fucking pepperoni.
Those kids were the most.
He said goddamn pepperoni. I'm sorry, they wouldn't have said fucking The Goonies.
Those are the most ADD children. My God.
No, that Asian kid was on. He was on hit.
Batteries don't last so long.
That kid had so many little contraptions on his belt.
I would have
vest
fucking
thing.
lost them all.
Yeah.
They would have fell off my belt.
Oh yeah.
That was the same guy from Indiana Jones too,
Yeah.
wasn't
Yeah.
it? Same
Indy.
kid, yeah.
Indy.
What was
Shortstop.
that?
Short
Yeah.
round.
Short round.
Short round,
I
yeah.
said
you call him?
shortstop.
that's
said
that's
short
baseball.
He's a hell of a baseball player.
We are going to die.
That was a good movie.
And
Well, all of them.
little baby Josh
Not
Brolin.
the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Oh, you don't like that one?
No. I was so mad. I went and seen that in the theater.
I
was
seen
like,
it.
They're making a 5th one.
I love
Disney,
Indiana Jones.
Disney owns it now.
And I'm like, I cannot wait to see this movie. And we're sitting there, and it was opening night.
Somebody farted.
Oh, that would have been way better than the movie. I was so fucking mad sitting in my chair. I'm like, we need to leave now.
Like we're supposed to believe Shia LaBeouf is Indy's child.
Like we're
Okay.
supposed to believe aliens in Indiana Jones. And I love aliens. God, don't get me started on this. Okay, back to ships before I get mad and leave. I would. Oh.
See ya.
See you later. All right, the next one is called the Carol Deering.
Carol Channing ship.
Carol Deering. All right, this one was found run aground in North Carolina in 1921. So no crew on board. The ship was said to be headed from Virginia to Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, hauling coal. That's not the accent.
Rio de Janeiro.
Rio de Janeiro. The ship made it, but so it made it there. But then afterwards, this is where it gets a little weird. The captain was not fond of his crew. They were not friends. The first mate landed himself in jail for making a death threat against the captain.
Jeez.
He said, "I'm going to stab
Turn
you."
the air conditioner on. No.
I will not. He made bail and supposedly made it with the captain for the trip home. And that month, a lightship keeper saw the ship with one man on board, whom advised that the anchors have all been lost, but the lightship radio was broken and he was not able to report it. And then the Deering reappeared a few weeks later. Rescuers made note that the logs, the navigation equipment, crew's personal effects, and 2 lifeboats were all gone.
Boats.
This is where it gets kind of creepy. The food was still sitting in the galley
See what I mean?
mid-prep. So it's like they were prepping for breakfast, lunch, brunch, or dinner, or fork meal.
It's funny how.
Taco Bell,
Think outside the bun.
and then just left there.
It's funny how these food, like all the food and stuff like that, like tells a story of what could have happened to the ship. Okay, they were making food and it was still being prepped, like half a sandwich was being made and stuff like that. Or like if they were hanging some decorations, like it's kind of like a frozen in time picture. Like that's kind of creepy. Like if you just to look at it from afar and just be like, what the fuck were they doing? Oh, I know exactly what they were doing, and I'm looking into history at this moment. It's kind of creepy.
And then I guess after that, the ship was lost, never to be found, and speculation is as it was either Bermuda Triangle, or pirates, or supernatural forces.
Were we ever gonna do a Bermuda Triangle thing?
Absolutely.
That's got. I mean, that's one of the
We're doing a
biggest
live
ones.
show.
We're
You
doing
don't
a live
want
show from the
to. You don't want to
Bermuda
piss
Triangle.
off the captain. He's got a mean right hook.
Oh, come on.
What if left hook?
Yeah, wasn't Captain Hook's left hand hooked?
Shit, I don't know.
Nick, look it up.
I don't know.
All right, I'm out.
He's on it, folks. Stay tuned.
That's what they're doing anyway.
Oh yeah, thank you.
They just hit pause forever.
It was his left hand.
See, 7.
I
See,
guess 7 pieces of Monopoly.
Maybe it was a different captain.
Yeah.
there could have been different renditions, but from what I understand, it was the same throughout the whole thing.
Well, yeah, the animated
Dano knows his
the
Peter Pan.
animated movie was Left Hook, and the Dustin Hoffman Captain Hook
That was a good one.
was also left. It looks like.
I hate
Yeah, I think it was the
Peter
same
Pan.
throughout the whole thing. I
Well, he's
hate
got a mean left
Peter
hook.
Pan.
I love Dustin Hoffman, and Hook was a damn good movie.
Did you see the
Was.
new Pan movie that they came out a couple
liked
years
it.
ago?
No.
I thought it was really cool how like they were all singing.
Nirvana?
Yeah, it smells like Teen Spirit by Nirvana.
Were they?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It was,
Don't they do that in Moulin Rouge too?
yes.
Oh
they do.
God.
Hey,
I don't like
Never
that
seen
movie.
it.
It's too much.
I like you.
I like musicals and everything like that, but that movie was so.
It was
somebody's jealous
a
of the
little
shit.
over the top, quirky.
I liked it.
Like
I loved
like
Over
it's
the
supposed
Top.
to. It's supposed to be flashy and kind of goofy, but
Over the top.
it was just like so. It's
it's too
It was a lot.
extravagant.
Otherwise, I would have
liked it.
enjoyed it.
it's too
But
extravagant.
yeah, almost. And I know it's supposed to be a play also. So I mean, I get that, but sorry. Anyway,
I liked it. I like Ian McGregor though, so.
yeah.
All right, this one's called Yellow Jack. It was a ship full of gold and spices from the West Indies, and it supposedly this one's one of those.
I don't know, guys.
I don't know.
Something's going on
this
here.
one was supposed to have taken aboard a man named Yellow Jack.
Yeah,
He had a bad reputation, and
and he
the
didn't give a
ship he
damn.
was on was not allowed to enter any ports because he was on board. Hence, the ship had to roam the seas forever.
Forever.
The crew went mad and killed each other because of this. And legend says the ship is still sailing, manned by ghost pirates, and the ship is still searching for its port it can land in.
Wow.
But it's actually another rendition of this is the Yellow Jack Man is actually yellow fever. And
Oh,
that's
really?
why they weren't allowed to set port because they would have brought the disease.
Huh. I didn't
That
know
explains why when I searched it, I just got a bunch of pages for viruses.
I wonder if the Yellow Jack Man is related to Hugh Jackman.
I doubt
It's
it.
his cousin. He's like, we don't talk about that side of the family.
It's like I play Wolverine.
That's not how he sounds. I play Wolverine. He sounds like Eugene from Walking Dead. I do play Wolverine and it is submitted to mine.
I play Wolverine.
I have filled out the application, and I have played a Wolverine character.
And interesting fact here, because of the Yellow Jack ship, now if a yellow flag is flown at a port, it means the ship is under quarantine.
Oh wow, because of the viruses shit.
Because of I don't know.
Yeah,
Just
that's
for
crazy.
whatever
That's
they
crazy.
put the ship under quarantine for.
Whoa.
Viruses, plague, whatever.
That's why I think that it's more of the yellow fever. Maybe the guy
Yeah.
named Jack brought the yellow fever on the boat, and his name was Jack.
Natalie, if we ever get a boat, we're flying a yellow flag on
Oh,
it
yeah.
all the time.
Stay away from that boat. It's got the herpes.
This one's kind of cool. It's called the Gardner Bay Phantoms.
SS Voucher.
That sounds like a basketball team.
Phantoms like a motherfucker. March 18th, 1754. It was a good year. A group of men from Plum Island on Long Island's Far East End were fishing.
They were plumb surprised.
They were plum diddly surprised when they saw 3 ghost ships float in so close they said they could see a whole crew on deck. The 3 ghost ships began battling amongst each other for about 15 minutes or so, and then
That'd be
slowly
awesome.
faded away. Hell yeah. Oh my god, if that could have been me out there watching, just stunned. Oh, just pull up a chair and just, oh,
Can you imagine
God.
that? Just some couple guys just watching it and be like, when's this thing going to end?
No.
They're just looking around.
This
Oh, no,
better
it's ending
not
now.
ever end. And then they just faded away. That was it. And then in 1882, a fisherman was sleeping on deck when his first mate woke him up in panic. And he said a large schooner had appeared in the darkness and was heading straight towards them. And just as about to collide with them, it dissolved into the darkness.
See, a lot of this
in
stuff,
the same area.
a lot of these things are they're just tall tales. I mean, a lot
know,
of
but they're fun
I know
tall
they're
tales.
totally fun, but I'm saying like these are just lonely fishermen that probably just like I saw it. No, you didn't, Dave. Come on, just stop. You know,
Said I seen it.
it's 2018. We got to stop with this.
I love it. And then this is a famous one. A lot of people know about it. It's the Flying Dutchman.
Yeah, I rode that ride.
SpongeBob.
17th
SpongeBob.
century, the
Hurry,
captain
SpongeBob.
is seen pacing the deck in storms at the Cape of Good Hope and is condemned to sail the sea around the Cape for all of eternity. His ship glows warning others of bad weather, and he's supposed to
He's a nice pirate.
be sailing in the air. That was like an optical illusion, is where you're supposed to see him, or the whole ship is supposed to be upside down in the air, but it's actually an optical illusion off the water. I read a whole thing on him and I couldn't write it down because it was
Well,
too
they
much.
kind of botched that in the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. 'Cause
Right.
Doesn't it like sail underwater and then breach the surface?
Yeah, that was one. There's actually a few different renditions of this. So a lot of people have taken the Flying Dutchman, and there's actually a really long article on it that goes through each one. But yeah, you can read that on your own. It was actually interesting.
I think that one's probably
It was very
that one's probably the most helpful one though. It's just like it's the weatherman boat. That's really what it is.
Yeah. Hi guys, I'll help you. Well, this one's kind of helpful too. This is our last one, and I thought it was cute because it's a canoe.
It's just a lonely
It's a
schooner.
little canoe. It's called the. Yeah, we're gonna butcher this.
Go ahead,
the
go ahead.
Phantom Canoe of Lake Rotomahana. Oh, I fucking nailed it. Yes. Oh, yes.
Titicaca.
1886, Waka Wairua. It's a spirit canoe.
Waka
warning.
waka waka.
It's Fozzie's.
It's a spirit canoe, and it warns. It was seen 11 days before the deadly eruption of Mount Tarawera. which devastated the lake and surrounding areas.
She's just fucking nailing
I am
these.
on fire, as I said in NBA Jams.
He's
It
on
was a war
fire.
canoe that no one around the lake owned, and locals believe it's a canoe that is sighted again. Will bring back the eruption of the mountain, and it was like a warning.
This is
So-
from Hawaii? Or where's this at?
No, this was in
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it's just fucking...
No, this was
Just
in
floating
South
down the
Dakota.
streets of Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Just going down the concrete. God, that thing's loud.
New Zealand. New Zealand.
Shut your canoe up.
I can't fucking sleep.
The Eagles game is on.
The Eagles game is on.
Or I guess the Steelers.
This
The
is
Steelers are playing.
Lake Rotomahana. Said it again. Nailed it. In New Zealand.
Oh, New Zealand.
Yes.
So it's
that's-
it's a Maori ship then, or not ship, but Maori boat.
It's a no. It says it's
Potentially.
a war canoe. Is that what?
A
that is?
Maori is
A war canoe?
Yeah.
Maori
How
is.
intimidating is that?
Oh, God, dude, I was thinking like.
We gonna get you.
They're just paddling. Well, actually, the Maori are warriors, so
Oh.
Yeah.
that
Maybe.
they probably had. I mean, I can't imagine too many New Zealand. What are you laughing at?
I want a war dinghy.
Oh, a war tugboat.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
So that was your education on ghost ships.
Yeah, and when you have a ghost ship, and if you've seen a ghost ship, you can go ahead and write to us.
Yes.
Let us know your stories if you have ever seen one, and if you haven't, go see one because I heard they're pretty fun.
Just make it up.
Just make one up. I saw a ghost ship when I walked out my driveway. I got in my car and went to work at the end.
It was a good day. I got stuck in traffic for 45 minutes that day. It was bullshit.
Fucking Dodge Street.
Bullshit.
That was really, really fun and informative and fun.
Was it fun?
Yeah,
It was also informative.
Natalie, what do we got?
I had boatloads of fun. I don't know about you guys.
Oh, hey.
Well, paddle me up the river. Anyway,
Hey, go take a long walk off a short pier.
wait.
Yeah.
What if I? Oh, yeah, that's right. Natalie, what do we got next week?
I don't know yet. We'll rustle up something good. And if there's anything that you guys want to hear us talk about / mispronunciate, let us know.
The problem isn't that we don't have material to cover. The
So
problem is we
much.
have so much material to decide
Yeah.
on.
I get super excited.
That's why I like
when
asking
I go
it
to do my
every.
research.
That's why I like asking it every time.
What do you think we should cover, Dan?
Yeah.
I want to do fucking.
That's
I want to do zombies, but I want to do
Yeah.
the old school zombies from China.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Then we could also talk about like the Nazi experiments too.
Nazi experiments
Because they were
Oh,
trying to
we
bring
could
back
do, like,
Nazi
7
soldiers from the
episodes
dead.
on that shit.
or technology.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Technology.
Technology is fun
And
informative and fun.
Technology horror.
Yeah,
There's
Xbox.
It can be.
there's tons
When it
of.
comes to the Nazis, absolutely.
Well, we're not just talking about Nazis though. We're talking about cell phones making people crazy and
God.
giving you diseases and shit.
All right, there's a book we'll just go ahead and plug, but we're not plugging the movie. It's Cell by Stephen King.
Oh, that's
He's
good.
not paying us for this. by
Yeah, it's
any
good.
means.
No, these are just personal
It's-
endorsements that we do.
Amazing. Holy fuck! I read it when it first came out.
Vinny, what's your plug for today? What do you want to tell the people about that you figured out? New shoes, a hat,
I really love K-Swiss shoes.
K-Swiss.
Yes.
All right. Plug for the day is K-Swiss. What about
So
you?
does my dad, if that ages Vinny at all.
He just plays a lot of tennis. What's your plug for today?
Nick got punched in the face.
I'm going to plug. There are 2 excellent found footage
Diapers.
horror movies on Netflix.
Found footage diapers.
It's called Creep, and then
I've seen the Creep.
sequel
I've seen
is
Creep.
2,
Yeah.
and they are.
I didn't like the
just-
ending to Creep one.
I
I won't
didn't
say
either.
anything.
They
Don't
are
ruin
just
it.
they are just wonderful found footage movies. I loved them both, and they're doing a 3rd one, and I'm very excited for it. So
All right.
watch
I've
those
not
on
heard of those, so I'll
Netflix.
check those
It's
out.
by
They are awesome.
what's
It's,
his name?
Mark Duplass.
Mark Duplass and his brother. Right.
Yeah, no, I think it's just like one of his like best friends, but the
first one's
one
really good.
stars him and the best friend, and the second one stars him and the best friend is the director for it.
Okay.
How long are they?
They're not that.
They're
like an
90
hour.
minutes,
Yeah.
maybe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And
they're not
they're all
long.
in like one block.
And
or you
it's
gotta
not so
find,
much
like-
a horror movie.
It's just
creepy.
It's a creepy movie.
Do you have to find
The
like,
second one's
here's
definitely
part 1,
creepier.
you have to find part 2
No.
somewhere
no,
else?
it's
Okay.
just search Creep, and those should be the first 2 things that pop up. Creep and then Creep 2.
Yeah. head.
And then they're doing a third one.
TLC song.
Yeah, and there's no TLC songs on the soundtrack,
Oh, shit.
but they're incredible movies. The first one had me shook.
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
You were shooketh.
Hey Vinny, I don't need no scrubs.
You guys,
to the rivers
that's
and the
TLC.
lakes?
I can't believe you're not hearing it. Nope, never heard of them. Don't go chasing waterfalls,
You
guys.
ain't too proud to beg.
I'm gonna
What's
plug.
Was that
Yeah.
salt
I'm
and
gonna.
pepper?
What?
Was that salt and pepper?
No, I'm pretty sure that was
Plug it
TLC.
in, Dan.
I'm gonna plug Coke Zero. I like it. And that's the
That's
double.
because it didn't
Can,
have diet cherry.
Can I plug our website again?
Sure.
Yes.
Yes.
Don'tLookUnderTheBed.net.
Patreon.
Patreon/DLUTB. PayPal is just our email address. It is don'tlookunderthebedpodcast@gmail.com. And just kind of, it's going to eventually allow you guys exclusive content to some of our outtakes and a little behind the scenes footage.
Oh, Jesus, wifey.
And just kind of help us keep the lights on. so yeah, definitely check that out. And like I said, we've got Twitter at DLUTB. We've got Don't Look Under the Bed podcast at Facebook. I think that's SoundCloud. You can search us Don't Look Under the Bed podcast at SoundCloud. Instagram,
Twitch.
DLUTB.
We're
Twitch
still
is
getting Twitch
DLUTB.
going once the game.
Yeah, if you want to
starts.
see some funny footage,
Nope,
funny
let's
footage,
not talk about that.
look
all.
at our clips on Twitch, DLUTB, and you'll see Nick jumping
Nearly
at
pissing
Emily Wants to
myself.
Play Too like a little baby.
Let's not bring that up.
But that's time. Thank you guys so much for checking us out again.
Yeah, thanks for listening to the Don't Look Under the Bed podcast for all things comedy and horror. Once again, I am one of your ferocious hosts, Dan Wonder. Next to me is my sister.
Natalie Rose.
Next, see, she does it
I did it,
perfectly at the end.
y'all.
So next to her is,
I am Vinny Rose.
and next to me again,
Yar, and I'm Captain Nicholas Myers.
Captain.
Thanks for checking us out, guys.
Bye.
Bang.
Bye.
Bye.